Welcome, Jawahar. Today we'll discuss about an important concept called happy cities. We heard about smart cities and sustainable cities. First time we are hearing about happy cities. Who is the person who created this concept of happy city? It is the evolution of time. And today the NITI Aayog has brought out what are the norms, what are the basic requirements of a happy city. The development and the urbanization is going on a very fast pace, depleting the sources of the country. Yes, unless the sources are available, how can we improve both economically and also in our urbanization planning? At the same time, unsustainable use of our resources for urban planning leads to kind of stress both for the individual and also for the administration. Basically, the urban planning is a regional planning or a city planning done through a technical process and also through the political process of the government. The urban development focuses on built environment, air, water, infrastructure, transportation and communication, distribution networks, and their availability, accessibility is also important. Let us first understand what is a smart city. A smart city is well understood by the concept where number of services, deliveries are being given, what is known as using the technology, using the data for the welfare of the people without compromising the environmental aspects. The smart cities lead to better engagement of the people in the process of the development. Whereas the archaic urban planning needs certain urgent changes. What are they? Number one is retrofitting the cities. The retrofitting is nothing but the existing city and town planning need to be changed as per the needs of the time. Number two is redevelopment. It refers to brownfield project, which means the existing one need to be upgraded. Number three is greenfield projects, infrastructure. They are new, absolutely new, smart solutions. There is so much of dependence on traditional method of solution. Now it will convert into what I call techno-based smart solutions. In India, the most urbanized state is Tamil Nadu with nearly about 44%. Next comes to Maharashtra with about 40%. What are the bottlenecks in developing happy cities? Number one, the local bodies or the municipalities which are in charge of governing such areas, they do not have what is called their own funds or devolution funds, or they should have the capacity to generate funds credit by increasing by going in for bonds. But do they have the credibility to raise their bonds? Who will buy their bonds? Number two is the rigid urban planning. They have already developed urban conglomeration and also the urban planning. They are just following the same old urban planning which not been sustainable in using the land. Because the land use must change. Only when the land use changes, it will see the growth of the city. It will be making more houses that are available, and this eases out the problem for housing. Number three is the housing needs. The housing needs to be properly taken care of, and also is the rental needs. The excess houses that are available should be available for the economically weaker sections of the people, particularly the migrant workers. They need housing, and if the housing are not available in a smart city, in a happy city, definitely number of people go without houses, and also it goes about leading to number of slums, and that is not good, because the moment the slum is created, it will be very difficult to remove them, and you put extra pressure on your resources and money, and it will be very difficult to remove them and over a period of time. And by the time, we are also inflicting so much of pressure, particularly on those people who are living in those areas. They have not done any sin excepting being economically poor. And economically poor needed to be protected certainly in a happy city. Happy city cannot be happy with the last person the city being happy. Then there is today, when we mean infrastructure, there is a kind of misunderstanding that it is only a physical infrastructure. No, the infrastructure should kind of lead itself to financial infrastructure, technical infrastructure, data infrastructure, and cultural infrastructure. These things are also necessary in a happy city. The challenge to many cities. You have a vehicle, you have a road, but you know how fast you move about. You cannot commute from one place to another place. Your precious time and energy is wasted on the road. And where is the place for pedestrians to walk and bicycle users? If you want to reduce pollution, if you want to reduce the vehicle, you need to develop a good place for pedestrians to walk and cycles to be used. Well, now come to what is the NITI Aayog's committee's recommendation. Number one, the urban planning solution need to be modified. So they say urban planning solution not only done by administrators or by the political bigwigs, but they should involve the citizens. Number two, demystify the entire urban planning. Why it is kept as a ghost guarded secret? Let it be put it plain to the people. Let us have a revisit of all our projects and urban planning, because demystification is very important and essential, which makes the local contribution by the people. Number three is increase the role of private parties, private players. The private companies, they provide a lot of solutions. They have money, they have funds, they have manpower, skill. Why not employ them? So fourth is the archaic acts of town planning and country planning. The Town and Country Planning Act, the MMDA Act, they need to be revisited if necessary, make an elaborate changes to make our cities happy. India houses about 11% of urban population in the world. So there is a need for improving what is known as the quality of urbanization in India. So there is a structural change need to be done. The proper spaces need to be made available, and people will have unhindered access to all the facilities that are available, irrespective of what is known as economic consideration or the economic background. That is most important in a happy city. Every one of us have a responsibility to make our cities happy, culturally, infrastructure-wise, technically, financially, and physically. We must make a city just not merely being a green city, a smarter city, a sustainable city, but a happier city. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.